first of all, when I got out of high school, I worked in Chicago for the government, in a government job. We had to write a test to see if you pass or whatever you go. Mm-hmm. And then a girlfriend of mine, Doris Holtzman Health, and she went with me, and then we were in Chicago for a while and worked there, and then that was for the federal government. And then Doris left and went home, and then I was there by myself, and then after a while I quit and came back to I worked in Milwaukee. Then we worked in a plant wherever you were supposedly going to get the most money. My brother says you have to work at the plant, but I did secretarial work. Mm-hmm. And I started out working in the factory where they made lenses for the machine guns or whatever. And I said, I'm not doing this. I mean, it was nothing. I looked at this glass, and you'd have to make sure they had no marks in it or picks in it or wad bubbles. And I'm here sitting in this dark room. I said, this isn't for me. So I said, I'm not doing this kind. I don't care how much money is in this job. And then they said, well, they would give me a secretarial job in the same company. So what did I do? I moved from here to over there. I'm still in this dark room, only now I'm doing secretarial work. But it was during the war. I mean, you were supposed to do everything you were supposed to do. Then Louis joined the Navy. When he went in 44, he went from high school. He joined 44 to 46. He came out in 46, to think. And once he was on the ship, he didn't come back. I mean, he was on the ship all the time. On an LST.
What's an LST?
A landing tank ship that hauled people, army people, supplies or whatever, and then the doors would drop down and they would just go off onto the wherever.
So he was
over in
Pacific?
the Okinawa, and that, yeah, he was in that section. So, and I know I still see him at a corner that I was standing on and around on 35th Street, and when I was catching the bus to go to work, and I looked at the thing, and that's when they dropped the bomb. And I'm just shocked. You could still feel the moment when you looked at it and thought how many people were destroyed in that one bomb coming down. You know, the Hiroshima things. Oh my gosh! And then I left and came back to Fond du Lac, and then I started working for the unemployment office. The employment office that I was working for. So. It was federal government at that time, and then after all it was Wisconsin State Employment Agency. But first of all, it was federal U.S. Employment Agency, and then that got changed while I was there. So I stayed there until I got married. And left. And after that, Then I stayed home. In those days, not married people, not all of them worked. Most of them didn't work.